and welcome to the match preview for the Toon Terraces. You've got the familiar faces of myself and Michael.
Hello.
And we've got a new face. Yeah, he's
Hello.
here to replace Mark, and I've got a feeling he might not be as pessimistic with the
No one
with
could
the
be as specific as Mark.
put it that way.
Oh, I don't know, like.
Yeah, I'll have a go at doing that tonight, I tell you.
What we'll do is, just because obviously the one thing we haven't had the chance to do because there's that many matches in, and we haven't been able to do the podcast, is just have a quick chat about the Leeds game and your thoughts of it. So Michael, you went confident. It's not something you do.
No.
And the one time you didn't do it, your prediction would have been spot on.
Yeah, 2-2, yeah. Probably the worst I've seen us play for a long time, really. I mean, it was a weird game, wasn't it? All those penalties and, deflected goals going in and Pope spilling it at Aylin's feet. I think if that hadn't have happened, I think we could have played another 90 minutes. I don't think we would have scored. We were just really flat, looked really flat. We all put it down to Arsenal, didn't we, before that? But we just looked really tired.
The 12:30 kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, it could be lots of reasons why, we don't
Well,
like,
Klopp doesn't
Leeds.
like
We don't
that.
like
So
Leeds.
if Klopp doesn't like that, then we'll use that as the excuse.
Yeah, we'll use that excuse, but yeah.
Well, no, but it is the 12:30 one. So look, Villa was the 12:30.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that strikes again, but either way, we didn't look great. So I mean, Leeds weren't good neither. So I think it was probably a fair result.
I actually thought it was a quite, if you were neutral, it was probably a fairly entertaining game because it was like
lots of
end-to-end.
Weird shit happening, didn't it?
Oh yeah, but it was like end to end. It was like there wasn't late in it. It was like constant, and there was like chances in that, and yeah.
But we just didn't look like we got going, did we? Similar as that, just
no, not in the, we're slow start. Well, we sort of like went okay and then dropped, and then obviously conceded.
Yeah,
and then give away the penalty, which
we didn't zip the ball around very well.
But you've got to say every single one of the penalty decisions that were given was spot on. So it's the one thing where you can say the ref and VAR paid a blinder because Joe Linton was stupid with that. Yeah, to do what he did with that one.
Yeah.
And it's not.
But it wasn't the worst one though. It wasn't the worst penalty. Like the handball, like. Hit his middle fingernail or something.
I think someone in the crowd has shouted, "Who wants a pint?" And
why he did it was just bizarre, wasn't it? I mean, it hardly looked like it touched it. The first time I saw it, I thought, "Has that touched it?" I know he put his hand up. I thought, "I touched it." When you saw it from another angle, you just see his fingers go back just slightly.
Well, that was the thing, and I think that's why, because the commentators they get to hear the VAR, which obviously we got to hear. The workings of the Arsenal penalty that wasn't given, which when you listen to all that, you're going, actually, do you know what? I understand that reasoning now, and you're like, but why can't we hear that? Because there were so many things, and I'm actually going to say, I actually didn't. I thought Joe Linton was onside more than what he was for the West Ham goal that he was given the offside. For originally, and I'm going, oh, actually, that was bloody tight. Oh, so it is that, but. When you look at it, I think they even said what they were hearing was minimal contact. So I think that's why, obviously, there was contact. It was hand in a natural position. So the penalty was given for that. But I've got a feeling because they said it was minimal contact, it just pushed, that's probably stopped the referee from going for the second yellow.
Yeah.
Because I think if it had been like full and it hit like the palm, he probably would have went, well, look, mate, you've left us with no choice. But because it was the fingertips, he's probably went, you know what, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. I mean, it was just...
It reminded me a little... I was going to say, it reminded me a little bit, I don't know if you remember, 1998 semi-final FA Cup, extra time, Sol Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Sticks his hand up. And then Shearer puts the penalty away and then scores an absolute screamer not long afterwards. It was just, it's very rare you'll see someone like, it was a really, really weird. And they were claiming there was a push. Like, I mean, there there was even less contact in the push than there was the hand. It was just
Yeah. The fact the only thing that I'm going to say defensively, I think for both goals that were conceded, that was poor in the defensive aspect of it. And I'm going to say this: I actually think we are missing Sean Longstaff. There's just something in there. But I think Sean Longstaff's the glue that holds everything together. And I know, we wouldn't have been seeing that this time last year. But you can see that when he's missed in that, and you're looking at him going, well, how do we replace it? Because Bruno can't do that role. I actually think Bruno isn't fit enough to be playing, but I think we're left with no choice.
Yeah.
In that sense. But I just think, it was naive. Yeah, to be fair, these were naive as well, because the foul for the first penalty, again, you look at that. As soon as I seen that replay back the first time, I'm like, it's a penalty. The referee's got it right. And then as soon as I seen the handball, I was like, that's a one. And I was going, well, actually, but no, it was like when you see him, you're going, that's handball. But two great finishes by Mr. Wilson. I would say more so for the second one, because that was a beauty of a finish for the second one, which he put away. And that's a striker that is full on confidence. I don't think he'd have done that in February when he was a little bit low on it.
Yeah.
I think, that would have been completely different. This is one where he's going, I'm on form. Watch this. Bang.
Yeah.
I like right at the top.
Well, their keeper was going like, put it where you put it last time. Put it where you're pointing all the time, wasn't he? And Wilson's like going, all right, mate. Right, okay, right, straight down.
You
look like a chump, I'll tell you what.
You dive that way, I'm going to go straight for the middle. If you don't
you think I'm going to go there? You go that way, because I'm going straight down your throat, and you're going to look a right idiot.
How many times have you seen someone take a penalty, score it, and then get a second penalty, and then the keeper saves it or misses it?
Yeah.
Or they have to get somebody else to take it because they don't want the keeper guessing, sort of thing. But actually, to go up and take a second one and hit it with the way he hit it, was just brilliant. It just shows his class, really.
Yeah. I also think the naiveness in that, because they got the equaliser not long after we'd went ahead, and that I think was the frustrating aspect of it. Whereas I think we need to be a little bit more game clever in watching what we're doing, then stopping them from getting late the shots off.
Yeah.
I also think if we'd been able to get I forgot his name, the left back who did the handball, my mind went completely blank.
I can't remember his name.
Was it Furbo?
Furbo.
Furbo.
I think if he'd got sent off earlier, I think we may have got that goal. The frustrating thing is, why couldn't that foul on Gordon have just been a couple of inches a little bit further forward, and then it would have been in the penalty box, and then
well, from our aspect, we were watching on TV, and how he didn't give a card in the first 30 seconds was, my mate said to me, he's like going, he's not going to give much today, and he had no choice with Furbo in the end, did he? I mean, he could have gone off 10 minutes before that, really. So, because they were just charging around, Well,
the question is could that not have been deemed as a straight red? Because was it not a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity?
Well, I would have thought so, yeah. Because my mate said, "Oh, that's a straight red." I said, "No, I think it's a yellow." So, but yeah, and then you had that, and then of course we had the idiot with Eddie Howe. If that had been any other manager, can you imagine if the headlines that had been Klopp or Guardiola that they'd done that too? But because it's poor old Eddie, it's like, oh, that's all right. That's acceptable.
My question is though, where was Jason Tyndall? Yeah, he should have just went in head.
But he was on the other side of him, wasn't he? Funny enough, he was standing.
I thought Jason Tyndall would have been like, right, it's my time. I'll be in the spotlight here. Headbutt.
Did he do the mad dog? Did he? No.
No one takes the head. Takes the spotlight off this man.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, all I saw was him going down the touchline. I didn't even know that happened till he went and showed it after I thought, Jesus Christ. I mean, just...
Eddie Howe was probably looking and going, what a wanker.
He said
At first, they were saying it was a Newcastle fan on the commentary, if I remember correctly. And then it all of a sudden changed that he had a pop at Eddie and it was a Leeds fan.
Yeah.
But how the stewards let him get that close...
Well, the fact that it was the Newcastle coaching staff and the Newcastle bodyguard, we've nicknamed Triple H, who got to him before anyone else. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And he should be charged. Yeah, and I think he's been charged with it for assault entering a field of play, which is quite right. And it is that thing. And I think, and I know we don't want to talk about those down the road, but one of their players got pushed in the back by the Luton fan, and you're going, however, this needs to be stopped because, you can have that bit of banter and you can have that. But when it's starting to become that fans are going to get physical with the opposition teams, that's where it stops, and that's where.
Yeah, I mean, we just be glad that we can sort of like even we're laughing about it, but thank God we can, because I just surprised at the lack of outrage about it, really. And then certain
I think that
radio stations said it was all right because of our Saudi. I mean, just no.
Well, that's where it was some, and I will say in the minority in terms of well, I won't even call them journalists because of that, but the pretended journalists, it was very few that was probably saying that. The majority were doing that. I think if I remember rightly, Ian Wright was disgusted by it. I think Gary Lineker was. I know Shearer was because Shearer tweeted about it. But as Eddie Howe said in his press conference today, he says, "Look, I'm fine now, but the worry is making sure that nothing happens to anyone else."
Yeah, it was outrageous, and it again it just added to the drama of the day, really.
Because that's the finest. One of these days, it could be worse. It could be someone with a weapon. And
it happened years ago with Jack Grealish, didn't it? He's on the sideline and someone ran on and batted him across the head.
That's right. Yeah, was that an FA Cup?
And there was the Ramsdale incident. Was that this season as well, where somebody
kicked him in the back?
Yeah.
I mean, it's irreprehensible. Some of those actions. It's dangerous to be sort of like just dismissing it like some outlets did. It's really dangerous doing that, and we don't want it. Some of those, I've never wanted to do that, no matter. I said to the person who mentioned that on that talk radio, I was like, I've never wanted to do that. I don't, it's not in most people's brains to do that, and we've been very lucky today that we're not talking about something really serious.
I know, and unfortunately, the Leeds fans' responses were, "Well, it needs to be don't hit a horse," and I'm going, "Mate."
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
I mean, mate, am I defending what that prick did? No.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you shouldn't be defending what one of your fellow Leeds fans did.
Yeah, we're ashamed of that, and you should be ashamed of that as well.
We're not calling out all Leeds fans. We're calling out
that idiot.
Yeah. I said,
but we can't tar an entire fan base with one brush. We haven't said this is all Leeds fans that's done this. It's one idiot. He's trying to get on the pitch.
Exactly.
Don't know what his thought process was, and that's what it is. He should be condemning it because it's.
But what we should also be doing is we should also be just looking into, as a club, and I know, look at the defensiveness of the Sheffield Wednesday fans when we raise the issues over the Leppings Lane end of Tillsborough. And I'm like, look, we're not doing this to be nasty. We're not doing this because we've got anything against Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield Wednesday fans. What we have concerns about is that whilst we may have got away and there was maybe minimal in terms of injuries and maybe like just a couple of like pushes and shoves in that, it could be worse. And this is the same end that has seen 97 lives lost in that. And that's just where I'm going, look, sometimes take constructive feedback. We'll do that. If there's an issue that's wrong at Newcastle, then we'll feed that back, and that we'll accept that. That's I'm one of those ones where I'm like, look, I'll take the feedback on there. And as Leeds fans, you should be looking and going, well, hang on, next time it could be the Leeds manager. So let's get the security up there, because you don't want anything to happen there. But I will say in general, well done the Leeds fans, because I thought the noise that they created at Elland Road for that game was really good. And that's one thing which I've got to say with Leeds. The only reason I don't like Leeds at the minute is because Big Sam's the manager. If Sam Allardyce wasn't the manager, I'd be okay with them. So,
I mean, and ironically, it did neither side any good, really, for what we wanted. So,
I know, but I would probably say the points would be more precious to. Well, actually, no, probably
no. I mean,
I'd say precious to both.
Got our own battles, haven't we?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The thing. To be honest, a point is better than nothing. I would say to go to Leeds in the predicament that they were in with the new manager, I actually think a point's not a bad result. Yeah, when you're going away.
Yeah.
What we need to do, yeah, and again we're going to be looking at some coming up, is we need to make sure that we're doing what we need to tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the focus on there, because you look at that and you're going, no, we've got 2 home games, we win the 2 home games. That's
done.
it.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to look at. But we are coming up against a brilliant Brighton side, and we'll see that just in this, which is, you look there, our form, did okay, but still took a little bit of a blip. The Arsenal one is, I'm actually going to say, we didn't play as bad as I probably thought we did when I was watching it. I just think we didn't take the chances they did. The Leeds one, we probably should have won, but what can we do? But then you look at this and you look at Brighton, you're going 6-0 at home to Wolves, Man U 1-0. Yeah, we beat them 2-0 though, so we can.
But look at that though. I mean, one of the things that Newcastle's been really good at this season, and it seems to have slipped away a little bit, is our defense has been brilliant. But as the season's gone on, how is it because the players are tired? Is it because we've been found out? Is it because we've had Longstaff's been out? We've had a couple of injuries. What is it?
If you also look at it, we've conceded the same number of goals as Brighton.
Have we?
No,
we conceded one more. They've
conceded
scored
one more.
And they've conceded one less. But they have conceded 5 goals against a team that are clinging for their dear lives, who couldn't, kick a ball for toffee. Pardon
exactly.
But if you also look at shocked everybody, didn't it? And then the Arsenal game shocked everybody. So they've shown inconsistencies, and I think that's what we need to kind of pray on. And just like Leeds did to us, St James's Park needs to be the fortress that it's been all season, every game that I've been to, and we need to have it absolutely rocking. So those players, it puts them off, because it gets the players going, and you saw the response. Every challenge and tackle, the fans were involved, and I think that's gave them that extra bit of energy. In that, in all fairness, if Leeds had won that game, I'd have went, they deserved to win it, because they looked as if they wanted it more.
Yeah,
we
were pretty good against Arsenal. I thought the crowd were really up for the Arsenal game, and it didn't. That was. I thought we did. we were really. It was really.
I actually think. I think the atmosphere in the game changed when the penalty was turned. Yeah, because I think we were up for that, and then when it wasn't given, I think it just fell a bit flat, and we were totally.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the issue was on that one. If you're looking at the Brighton side, they had Caicedo at right back against Arsenal.
Yeah.
They had Estepinian, who again I think is a decent player for them. Probably a little bit underrated, considering the plaudits that everyone else is getting. You then got Lewis Dunk and Levy Colwell, who were in the centre back partnership. Now Lewis Dunk. He's a big beast of a player, but then we've got that in Big Dan Burn and Sven. So the one thing I don't think it's never happened with Brighton, but I don't think we're going to win early. I don't think that's something that's going to happen with that sense. I think if you're looking at it, the threats I would say are Matoma, McAllister, Ferguson. I would say it would be Welbeck to an extent, because he's looked at that. But then you also look at that and Siko, he's a young lad in that. So they've got some. It's frustrating because they've got some fairly decent players.
So the player I'm concerned about is Welbeck, because one of the things that we've struggled at recently is balls in the box. Somehow it's just landing in between our 2 centre backs every single time. Crosses, corners, It's catching us out. The early cross, the late cross, it doesn't matter. Put the ball in the box against Newcastle in the flap, and it's hard to believe when you've got Dan Burn, Botman, and Shea all in there, as well as Nick Pope. 6'6", 6'7", plus the reach of his arms, and we're still not able to deal with it. And that concerns us because that's what they're going to play on. They're going to put balls in the box. They can put balls in the box.
Yeah, and Matoma's lightning quick as well. He's fantastic player. He's been fantastic this year. So, that's going to be a real battle as well, depending on who we played against him.
Well, that's the question on that. If you're going to go to the left, which most likely is where, do we stick with Dan Burn or do we put Target in? But is this the game that you put Target in?
But as Target played enough to have that energy, he's going to have to start that energy straight away, isn't he? That's the thing.
That's the question. The other option is, do we maybe look at playing this person on the left wing?
No.
And the only reason why I'm saying this, it's not that, but I think if we're looking at the options on the left, we can't play Joe Linton because Joe Linton's going to have to go into the midfield.
Yeah.
But I think Gordon has got more defensively. Yeah, in terms of the mindset, and he's also got the pace.
Yeah.
But can he manage to do that for 90 minutes? That's the thing, or 70 minutes. I mean, he's a young lad.
I don't think we're going to need him to, but that's where you've got Maxi.
I think he's going to play Maxi. I don't think he's going to bring Target in, because one of the things Eddie Howe said this week in his interview is that he's not going to make household changes because he's going to stick with what he's used to, and that's one of the most consistent things he's done is he's kept that back five.
Yeah,
and he's always said that he's going to do it. So that's going to happen. It's what happens in the midfield. Does he bring Elliot Anderson? Does he bring Satan in? Is Satan fit? We're just going to get 50, 60 minutes.
Yeah,
that was the question which I was actually going to say is, because my argument is I actually think if you're going to look for a Sean Longstaff replacement, Elliot Anderson's probably as close as in terms of like a player that you're going to get as close to Longstaff as him. And you're just thinking, is it maybe time to bring him into the midfield? Because I actually would be really impressed when he's come on in his cameo substitute appearances and that. And you're just sort of thinking, is it maybe time? Yeah, it's like, can we afford to drop Bruno or rest Bruno? Yeah. Because the question is he more of a help being on the pitch than not? Do you know what I mean? It's those things and that, because if he's a hindrance, then
I really can't see Eddie picking him just for the sake of picking him. I really can't. He must feel he can do a job still, or he wouldn't pick him.
Well, I think the medical staff probably do, and Bruno's probably going, no, I can play.
I've no doubt of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In that sense, would you say these are the three probably players that, if we're going to get a result, need to be on like close to top form?
Yeah, Bruno needs to find some form in this game because he's going to be so important in the middle of the pitch. I just think that's where we're losing it at the minute.
Then obviously you've got Maxi who, if he does what Maxi does, he'll just bamboozle the defence. And obviously you've got trips in that, which frustratingly I actually think we've been really poor on our set pieces.
It's funny you mentioned that. I mean, every time we got a corner on Saturday, I was thinking, when was the last time we scored from a corner? And I can't think of it. I don't think you've got, like you said before, we've got Botman and we got Big Dan and you got Shah. And I kept thinking, when was the last time we actually had one of those actually headed the ball into the net from a corner? We're really poor on corners.
I'm positive we got. Was it not a goal against Southampton that we got?
But that didn't that come off? That came off Walcott, didn't it? You're talking about the one where Shah ended up, Botman ended up on his backside. I think that came off. That they said came off Bruno, but it actually came off.
Yeah, but that's still a goal that's come from.
But that's only one. I mean, out of a season. It's really poor return from big lads. You've got big lads there, And I can't remember. We just never looked like we're going to have a threat from a corner. It's really weird having such big lads and not
even
thinking,
free kicks. Yeah, when you
well, he has gone a bit off the boil there and he trips, but as I said, form's temporary, class is permanent, isn't it? So
that's why I'm saying get James Ward-Prowse in just for the free kicks. Yeah,
yeah. Unfortunately, not American football. You just bring him on and take him back off again. So
we
that
need
would be
to.
nice, wouldn't it?
And we'll get that rule introduced to Fab.
Can we just bring more Prowse and then drop him again, please? So that would be nice. So, but yeah, I mean, Brighton are my team of the year. Pat, if it wasn't for us, everyone would be talking about. People still are, but I mean, what a fantastic team they are. Really, I mean, it couldn't come at a bloody worse time, could it, for us? So, and the bottle-it word keeps getting used a lot, doesn't it? Probably not deserved, really. I don't think. No. I don't think we're bottling it.
I would say it's more being used, in the direction of a North London club which wears white and red, that has a stadium very close to the East Coast main line.
Yeah, but we all are quite worried about it, aren't we? I don't think there's a lot of people going in feeling as confident, especially after what they did to Arsenal. That's the thing.
But, and this is the thing, and no matter what happens, what we need to realise is if someone has came to us at the very beginning of the season and says, look, you will get to a cup final and you will finish in the top 6.
Yeah.
Most fans, I probably would have said, what the hell have you been drinking?
Yeah.
And I've
been like that all year, and now I'm just like not getting top 4 now would just be like, it'd be good, and it'd be absolutely just be like, but
that's the thing. When you've been there for so long, it is frustrating when you're going, we might not actually get it.
Yeah.
But then
everybody doesn't want us to do it as well. So, I mean, for various reasons. But
well, that's the other thing. Yeah, if we're going there, because there was quite a bit of uproar. And funny enough, Keith Downey defending the referee, and he's like, when has it become a thing when, where referees are and families, have questioned whether or not they can appreciate a giver? Then, well, it should always be a thing. To be fair, me.
Do you remember the whole uproar around Michael Oliver refereeing for Man United because he's been photographed in a Newcastle top?
Yeah,
but he's never refereed a Newcastle game. Like, so I mean,
I can guarantee that Michael Oliver is a Newcastle United fan because I've actually seen him at matches. So that's a given on that one.
And unfortunately, one of the best Premier League referees as well. So.
I know. Same with Clattenburg. We've had 2 of the best Premier League referees, and we haven't been able to get either of them refereeing our games, which is so frustrating. I think that needs to be scrapped. He's a professional; he can still referee our games.
Oh, can you imagine? My God!
Oh
no,
referees a derby. If we ever get one.
That's not going to happen.
Well, technically, he's from Durham, so
True.
Well,
he's from Durham. He's supposed to Newcastle, so it's a perfect appointment.
They've picked on this guy who's from the world, just across the Mersey, and I don't care who he supports. Like, surely there's an argument for and against that either team to get a result.
Well, I would say
Liverpool.
I would say the need. I would say more so try and get. I don't know.
It doesn't really matter.
The only state I will say the only state which I'm actually going to say the VAR for tomorrow's game is Jared Gillett, and he is a referee, is someone who I'm impressed with when I've seen him referee games, because and funny enough, he's not even English. Funny that would bring someone in, and does better than the English referee. But no, I think a lot's been made of it, and you actually look at it and think, well, actually, in his mindset, will he now be thinking, right, all this focus on me because I'm refereeing the Newcastle game, I can't really be seen and be given anything that looks as if it's against Newcastle. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
he could.
Well, like Jay just said, we're looking over our shoulders at Liverpool, and Liverpool are looking over their shoulders at Brighton. So,
but as someone said, he could be an Everton fan, and therefore he wants to see Liverpool feel.
Yeah, could be.
It could be. Everyone was saying about Mike Dean. I'm actually going to say that I don't think there was as big a conspiracy over Mike Dean as what people wanted to to put in there. He's a Tranmere fan. Yeah. I actually think he was a fairly decent referee.
I don't think
it was the Mike Dean show every week, man. Honestly,
it's all about him, isn't it?
Man, but he just makes it funner and that. But I just think sometimes there's referees like if we look at it, Craig Pawson, yeah, because I think he didn't give a penalty or something in the Man City game years ago. But we've actually got a fairly good record again, and I will say our record under this referee tomorrow isn't too bad.
Yeah, as is. I think you tweeted the group, didn't you? WhatsApp the group about our night kickoffs as well have been,
Yeah, our evening games under
Eddie.
Edward Howe has been fairly decent, but again, those sort of things change. Yeah, the stats in there.
There's loads of stats at the moment. These two teams, right? You can pull up backwards and forwards. Brighton, for me, have been the ultimate bogey team, right? Those FA Cup games will live long in the memory for me. All right, 2 seasons in a row, third round, to little old Brighton.
We did get a result against them last season.
Yeah, but look, I've written this down, right? 3 of the last 7 games between Brighton and Newcastle were 0-0s, right? However, both teams have an average goal per game of nearly 2 each. So the odds show that actually it could be a 0-0, but also be 2-2.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely.
There you go, Michael. Your predictions.
Yeah, that's my. But I mean, the thing is, again, we're going on about bottling it. It is all in our hands, isn't it? I mean, we've got 2 home games. We shouldn't be fearing it.
There. Would you take a point against Brighton?
No.
I
would rather have a point than lose. But
I'm saying if the
win this game,
but this is the thing: if we win this game, and Liverpool, because this is the thing, Liverpool face Villa at the weekend.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping Mr. Emery can do us a favour.
Yeah, but Liverpool are on a brilliant run, aren't they? What is it, 7 in a row now, something like that? I mean,
they are, but I will say they were fortunate to beat Fulham.
Yeah, but we don't need to worry about their form, do we? Because we've got 2 home games.
By what I would still class as a dive for the penalty, and the fact that VAR didn't refer that back again. Would love to have heard that conversation, Howard, if you ever thinking of.
Yeah, that's never right.
That clip. But you look at that and you're just thinking, yeah, Liverpool might look great, but yeah.
I know,
we were looking great until we went to Villa.
Yeah. I mean, but if it had been the other way around, if we'd had, Brighton away, Leicester away and Chelsea at home, that would look very different. I mean, it's all in our hands. I mean, really, if we don't do it, we've got no one else to put ourselves to blame, have we? Yeah. Simple as that. It can't have fallen any nicer for us having 2 home games of the last 3. So
yeah,
there's an extra point in our goal difference, as you can see at the moment. That's why we're ahead of Man United.
Not against Liverpool though. That's the frustrating thing because
we are.
I know,
we're 10 goals ahead of them.
No, we're not. We're about 10 goals ahead of Man U, but we're only a couple. I think a few ahead of.
It would take some significant turnaround from a team that literally has conceded 13 goals at home all season. Right.
Goal difference is 4 at the moment
between the 2.
Yeah, we're on 32. They're on 28. So
all right. My apologies, but
no, but I mean, it's still 4, isn't it? I mean,
So Brighton, we're about 10 ahead off. Right, okay. Right.
Yeah, so
it was Man U where you were looking at, and that was probably one where you'd go, well, actually, yeah, that's an extra point against Man U. So if it comes down to that, yeah, it's in fact, hang on, have I got the fixture? I'm sure I had them, and I'm just gonna So right, we face. Where's our fixtures? Obviously, Brighton, Leicester, and Chelsea. Mm-hmm. Man U face Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home, and Fulham at home. Now, the fact is, Chelsea, that's not exactly always been a pushover for Man U over the years.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at the Bournemouth game. Bournemouth at home, the way they've been playing, where Gowran O'Neill has had them.
Yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth.
Going to be a pushover.
They had a loss, so they're not going to take that well, are they? So.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think, and I'm going to say this, but Brighton have Man City to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I totally misread that. Yeah, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, I mean, they could. I mean, Liverpool
So
are the
you've got
easiest running, easier running.
See, you're saying that though. I don't. Aston Villa, even at Anfield, I don't think it's an easy game for them.
I fully
No, but
expect them
Liverpool
to
at
win
Anfield.
that. Yeah, I fully expect them.
Yeah,
to
but
win that
Aston
game.
Villa are still pushing for European football.
True, but I no. If it had been the other way around, I mean, what was it the other way around? I think did they win? I can't remember now at Villa Park. So
I can't remember.
No, but
you look at that and you go,
you can't dismiss Liverpool ever at Anfield, can you? Really?
No, but the fact is, you look at
never.
There's just one of those things where anything can happen. I think the one good thing for us with the Leicester one is we'll already know the results again for Man U. So yeah, we will know by Monday night going into the Leicester game whether or not that result. Because the fact is, if let's say we draw against Brighton, either Man U or Liverpool lose, we could probably be going to the Leicester game going, right, we get this result and we're not guaranteed. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things of let's just not lose and then work from that.
Yeah, I think we need to go to the Brighton game as we need to win this. It's our home game.
Eddie's not going to go and go.
No, we need to win it. 9 points. He said this. We need 9 points. That guarantees us Champions League. Forget about everybody else. It's in our hands. Let's not do an Arsenal. 8 points clear.
We need 6.
I know. Well, I want 9.
Well, no, this is the thing. 6 points will
just to make sure.
6 points will guarantee us in the top 4. 9 points will guarantee us 3rd. And if we get 3rd, we don't have to go through a qualifier. I think if you finish 4th,
you don't anyway because of coefficients. The 4th place is not a qualifier.
I
was quite surprised by that as well because it used to be.
And that was my thought. And I was thinking, we've got a mid-July game somewhere. Yeah, it's a nice little early travel. Yeah.
Oh, Croatia, Zagreb. Oh, great. Partizan Belgrade.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Can it not be a Bulgarian team because there's some cheap drink around there?
Sophia.
Actually, no. Best not. You imagine Newcastle fans with cheap drink. They'd be like,
yeah, no, that's not a good combination, is it? First European trip for a while.
Yeah.
And cheap beer. Ooh, be somewhere else. At least we haven't got to worry about Sunderland when we play Chelsea now. So being in the same town at the same weekend.
I know. Could you imagine? That would have been so funny. Literally having all 3 sets of fans. I mean, like the London Police struggle with the fans when there's only one team down there, never mind 3.
Yeah.
So literally one giant northeast taking over Trafalgar Square. That would have been some sight.
Well, Adam P's disappointing because Adam P was going to go to the
Sunderland
Trafalgar Square get together.
He didn't have to get a load of stick about that, didn't he? Yeah, he got loads of stick about that.
As if he really was, man. Yeah.
He loves it, man. He would have went down. I guarantee.
I think he probably would have.
He'd have been at the Chelsea game anyway.
Minutes.
But like he'd have made his way in there just like he did with the
Everton.
Which game was it? Was the Villa game when he had a hoodie on and managed to go through?
No, it was the
Everton.
It was the Everton.
You see, one of that lot is bound to recognise him. So he's like, he's taking his life in his own hands. It's not like Everton where he can sort of go. I mean, even then, I think someone recognised him. So someone. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he'd last 30 seconds if he'd gone to that. So they've done him a favour. Well done for the idea, Adam. But no, mate, no.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones of Yeah, we've just got to wait and see. Yeah, the one thing which we are guaranteed on is that Ivan Toney won't be part of our transfer list for this summer.
Yeah,
and you can bet on that.
Yay!
It's so, oh dear Lord, it's so disappointing though. Right, he's worked so hard, finally gets into the England team, and it's just.
Yeah,
like he's worked through the divisions. He got a lot of luck. He came to Newcastle in his own admission, didn't take advantage of it. started again, worked his way through, gets there, and then this hits him.
Yeah.
And he's out for the next 8 months, so we're not going to see him until the new year. So,
but the other thing which I think we need to be grateful of is at least Brentford aren't facing either Liverpool or Man U, because that would have been Could you not have? Yeah, do you imagine them facing Liverpool? Could you not have just extended it till the end of the season?
Well, it's very lucky they didn't start it when the season starts. I mean, like 2.5 months of it, there's no football anywhere, so we've got. It's
a strange one, isn't it? Like banning for a amount of period of time, but not for matches. Like when you get set off, you're banned for 3 games. You're not banned for a month. And I remember many years ago, Roy Keane got reprimanded. I don't know, can't remember what it was exactly what he did, but he was out for a number of games, 4 or 5 games. But he picked up an injury in the game. So actually, during the whole time he was suspended, he was actually recovering from an injury. So he couldn't have played anyway. So it was kind of like it didn't mean anything. Well,
they've looked at it, and if giving him an 8 month, that'd have just been the next season out. That's why they didn't do it like that. If it started from the moment the next season, you can do this season. As soon as next season starts, that's when it starts. It wouldn't have. It'd have been half that. They've got away with one there. They've looked at it and thought, how can we get around this without look like we're punishing him, but we're not really punishing him that hard. So, and he's only got 50 grand fine. So, and he's probably won that in the bets that he's had all over the season.
I know.
That was his take on him getting found guilty. He'd already put the bet on that.
Yeah, he's won back, hasn't he?
25 grand out of the way.
I put a grand on 50 to 1 and 8 months ban.
We're only joking, Ivan. If you're watching, we love you.
Yeah, once the ban's over, you can come and join me in January.
Yeah. Might need you.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones. It's going to be there, and obviously Dan Ashworth, was at the King Power on Monday night.
Yeah.
I wonder who he's looking at.
Yeah, Harvey Barnes, they reckon, don't they? Harvey Barnes.
Well, Barnes, Madison, but then there's a part of me I'm going, would you not take a bit of Firmino?
Liverpool have just announced their release list, haven't they? Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Firmino, and Milner. They've all been released, which is.
He wants to go to Real, doesn't he, Firmino? So.
To be fair, though, I'd take Firmino if it is an option. I'd probably take Naby Keita.
Well, talk about Mane as well now, isn't it? That he's not wanted at Bayern, and
he won't go back to Bayern now.
No.
So
you never know. He might be verbally fitting well now. The way we play.
Yeah, Mane. I'd take Mane. And who cares?
Listen to us. 18 months ago, I will take.
Yeah. Well, go on then. If you're really going to twist my arm, go on then. We'll take him off you.
We've gone from please, we'll take Hamza Chowdhury.
Leave Hamza on loan, please.
Oh,
God. Can't do it.
I know. I mean, it's like you said before. I mean, can you imagine us like 18 months ago saying about how we'd miss Sean Longstaff and Mickey would be one of the 3 top scorers, and we'd be talking about the Champions League,
and Jacob
would be dragged away in a straitjacket. Yeah, you'd be dragged away. Saying,
I think it always gets lost in the conversation when you speak to fans of other teams. Look at the difference to the players, like that were there. Look at Callum Wilson now. He's record goal scoring. Yeah, you got Joe Linton, who was the biggest flop in Premier League.
Well, that's the thing. If someone says, within the space of 18 months, Joe Linton would turn into a midfield powerhouse that you'd want to play every single game, you'd be going, get lost.
Yeah, 0 to hero.
I made a policy that there was only certain kinds of players I would get their names on the back of my tops. And never in a million years did I think I'd get Joe Linton on the back of my top. And I bought the Saudi top and I put Joe Linton on the back. And I just thought, I can't, because he's just been, I think it was my admittance that I was wrong. I think that's my apology. And if you're watching Joe Linton, like we love you. But I've got on the back of his top because I just thought, like, what a turnaround. Like, it's just
absolutely
one of those beautiful football stories that for years to come you'll just see. And there was that one, was it the Man United game when something just clicked. Didn't realize the commentator goes. Didn't realize you could
Yeah,
play that
well,
well.
I think we drew 1-1, and I was frustrated because we deserved to get the win out of that one.
Yeah,
and I remember that one because I remember actually focusing on Joe Linton, and I would say, what an absolute beast this lad is. Yeah, the performance from him was phenomenal, and that's where
I've never been so thankful to Kieran Clark.
yeah. Lots of people have said that lots of times, haven't they? Thank you, Kieran.
Exactly.
Back as well.
Yeah.
Is he not out of contract?
I don't think he is. Our release list is going to be quite long, isn't it?
Apparently.
Yes and no. He was back last week. He's away. I think he's away currently. He's not really in the first team squad. So I think Eddie Howe probably said, "Look, get yourself away, have a bit of a break, because there's no point coming into the squad when I'm trying to focus them on the end of the season."
Yeah.
And in all likelihood, he'll probably get shipped off somewhere else. Yeah, it might be another loan. I'd love him to get like a permanent move somewhere, and get a decent chance, because I actually think as a footballer, he's a decent defensive midfielder for probably a championship to bottom of the Premier League side.
Yeah. I know, but he did so well, and he was always trying to ask get away when obviously Rafa was in charge, and then Brucey comes in and actually wants to stay. And I remember waving at him literally as all the fans were saying goodbye to him, and then he stayed after Rafa left. But we're seeing the transformation in the likes of Murphy, in the likes of Fabian Schär and so on. Would you not think Eddie could, wave his magic wand and get a little bit more? I mean, right now we could probably do with someone who plays like that with the predicament that we're in, because
I'm sure he'd want to do it as well, wouldn't he? Now, I mean, it's a lot different when he left.
He's not eligible.
No, but I mean, he must look at it thinking, "God, I wouldn't mind being part of this right now." Because I mean, he hasn't been, has he, since really? So,
of course that's the case. But I also know he's been very, very sort of supportive of Longy, and has been pushing him. And I actually remember he had actually dropped us a DM after the Southampton game when Longstaff scored 2 and says, "I told you Longy had come good."
Yeah.
But Newcastle fans are loving the fact that you've got a local lad like an O'Shea's lad who's coming through and doing so well. It's that's what you want to see. Yeah, the fact that you've got Dan Burn, big Dan Burn, he's from Blythe.
Do you not think though that because Longstaff's come to the youth system, that he gets a harder time than say Dan Burn, who was brought in?
No,
no, I don't know. I think it's just because of his record before, and a bit like Joe Linton, really.
Yeah,
I think they were both the same.
Sean Longstaff got Steve Boost, and now he's had the coaching put back into him from a good coach in Eddie Howe, and we're now seeing the type of player that he is. Yeah, and I would say he's probably he's the enforcer of the midfield. He does the stuff under the radar that people aren't really watching, but it's what makes the team tick.
And we've seen that, haven't we? I'm sure you'll find very few people that can argue otherwise that Longstaff isn't. He's missed, isn't he? He's he's there's a hole in
it's
that
no
midfield,
coincidence, is it? Yeah.
Free's grown up to do his thing and allows Willock and Joe Linton to run up and down that left flank, because I know we both enjoy them two going down, because that fullback, whoever it may be, has no idea whether it's Willock, Joe Linton or Dan Burn that's going to bomb down there.
Yeah.
And I think as the season went on, it started happening more and more as they got a little bit more confident. And
to be fair, we know it's either going to be Joe Linton or
well, Dan Burn, towards the end of the back end of the season, he's been coming down that left so much more. And he's been almost like an inverted fullback. He originally was running down the back of Joe Linton or Willock, but actually started running through the middle of it, and it was causing havoc with their centre backs, because you've got a 6'7" fullback bombing into your box, and it's just not what you want, really. Normally, a fullback's quite lightweight and not as physical, shall we say?
No, certainly not. What we'll do is we'll round this up and we'll just take the predictions. I've got a feeling I know what Michael's is going to be, but go on, we'll see if he shocks us.
Bloody hell. I mean, yeah. It's going to be a ding dong, really, because we might as well just go for it. Simple as that. Yeah, I can't see it being a 0-0. I'm torn between my heart saying, "Oh, it's going to be 3-2," and my head saying 2-2 as usual. So, but I'm not going to be brave. I'm going to say 2-2 and hope that I'm wrong.
And you, Jay?
I'm
not going to do a head and heart one because I did that on radio before the League Cup final. It was a huge mistake. So I'm going to say 2-1 Newcastle. So I just think our average goals conceded is around about 1. We score around about 2 goals a game, and I think with the home fans is going to be the big thing. And I just think if the fans get behind it, I think that'll be enough. 2-1 for me.
Well, we'll take that. As everyone knows, I never do predictions, and I'm not going to start now.
It's not a good time of the season to start doing that, Mark.
No.
No, exactly that. The only prediction I will give is there will be a corned beef pasty consumed tomorrow.
Got to keep doing it.
Exactly.
I was going to bring out me is a bit of a good luck charm. I was going to bring out me Brighton scarf. I actually own a Brighton scarf, but it was from the year that actually we pipped them at the post when Grealish scored the last minute goal. And I got maybe for £2 it says Brighton Championship winners, champions. And I just thought I have to have one of them. So I've got in a drawer somewhere. So I might wear that alongside me Newcastle top. And providing I don't get a bit of beast for wearing a blue scarf, then.
Yeah, you might get dragged out like that Arsenal fan did.
Oh, yeah.
I am really one of those, I promise.
Yeah, man. Do I sound like I'm from Brighton?
Yeah.
What's the apples and pears, mate?
Yeah. Well, what's she saying? Get off a sheepskin, eh? Get off.
Ron Atkinson style.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, we all know that the Brighton fans will be going very. Yeah, they've told the bus driver to go very fast as they're passing Sunderland. Because we all know, yeah, we all know what Sunderland fans like to do with seagulls.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Dear. Right.
Ooh,
Okay.
Shush.
I was wondering where on earth you were going there.
You be a good boy, and I'll give you a nice chip butty.
No, oh my days.
Spread your wings for me.
I don't know where to go with that.
That
bombshell.
So we'll just say thank you, good night, and let's fingers crossed for tomorrow.
Are we the lads?